Today, you will learn how to make your assumptions work for you. But first, a little bit about our mind. Although we all like to think that we are objective, we judge people based entirely on merit and on the quality of their work. But every one of us brings with us a lifetime of experience that shapes our opinion of others. By making assumptions about others, thus creating a world of our own conception, you will learn not only how to spot those false assumptions, but mold them into the world you want to live in. A bit of amateur neuroscience. Your visual cortex takes about 30% of your brain. That's compared to 8% for touch and 2% for hearing. Every second, your eye can send you 2 billion pieces of information. The rest of your body will send about 1 billion, for instance, from hearing or feeling. So, sight is 1/3 of your brain by volume and uses 2/3 of your brain's energy to process and define the received information. No surprise that we trust and believe what we see. Illusion of sight is compelling. Seeing is immediate and compulsory. You open your eyes and it's right there. Seeing is believing and sight is truth. That's what most people think. But you're going to learn how to take your senses and your thoughts and make them into the beautiful world that you want to live in. What we see is not universal truth. It's not universal reality. Sight is an illusion. What we see is the unique personal virtual reality that is masterfully constructed by our wonderful brain. To create an image or a thought, your brain must reference your understanding of the world, your knowledge of it, your emotions, your memories, your attention. Your thoughts and sight can work together, or at times one would control the other, right? So, for instance, what you see is how you feel, and how you feel is what you see. For example, a hill may appear steeper if you just ran. You're tired. Or if you're tired of walking, your car may seem that it's further away than it is. So what you see is a complex mental construction of your own making. Without a second guess, you believe that it's true. If you take another look, you will realize that you are creating your own reality and you believe it. And let's learn a little bit of how to create the reality that you want. If we understand ourselves to be as psychological beings, and everything that we encounter affects our mind and our emotional state, we as humans have infinite series of levels of perceptions of situations or facts that are in accordance to what mood we occupy. Our inner feelings are what guides us to determine the circumstances of our life. The mood that you admit yourself or your conscience to be in is the cause. Example, the poor man admits to being in the mood of poverty by saying, I am poor, just as a rich man admits wealth by saying, I am wealthy. Anything you claim yourself to be as and express the mood must become visible in your outer world. By displaying a mood, you have consented to it playing out in your life. There's only one cause or reason of why things the way they are in your life, and that is your consciousness. Your thoughts and your feelings are the center from which your world mirrors and echoes the mood you presently occupy. A state or a mood can be defined as all that you believe and consent to as being true. So if you want your world to change, you must determine what you want to accept and consent to as true before you can change it. So here's one way is first, do not criticize yourself, but just observe your automatic reaction to an event, because your reaction defines your mood. Second, rebuild your world the way you want it to be by changing your state or your mood. If you don't like the circumstances in your life, acknowledge the cause of it. It's the mood you're in. Be willing to admit that the reason the circumstances came to be in your life is because your inner feelings gave consent for such things to come in your life. Change your inner feeling, your assumptions, and your world will change. If you react in an unfavorable way to a situation, you bind yourself to that fact. But if you refuse to react, you change the facts, you change your life. So stop being conscious of something unlovely, for every unlovely thought causes you to walk in an emotional mud. So the more you walk into the mud emotionally by imagining unlovely things, the more dirtier you're going to get, and it's going to be hard to come out of it clean. So think of your perception of a situation as like a magnet. It attracts, right? So steel, when it's demagnetized, when it's in a demagnetized state, it's just a whirling of massive electrons, right? But when the electrons are faced in one direction, the steel becomes magnetized. So think of your perception of a situation or a fact. Your mind, your emotion is one way, so you perceive a situation this way. But if you change your mood and your emotion, wow, you're going to get a new perception of a situation. You're going to say, wait a minute, I didn't think of it that way. And the more you practice changing your mood, your reactions, the more your facts and your life around you is going to change to better you and to help you grow and become the best thing that you want it to be without hurting anyone around you. So that's kind of cool. If you never thought about steel or a magnet in a fascinating way, there you go. The steel doesn't change. It's just the electrons inside of it to go a different direction. So it's important to learn to be passive and not react to the unlovely things that come up in our life, and watch your reactions to life for any change in your arrangement of your mind, the way you think or react or assume situations. By observing yourself, you'll say, oh, I changed that, the way I thought, and the things that I thought about changed. This video has been inspired by Wayne Dyer, Neville Goddard, and other writers. I hope this inspires you to do better. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to assume better than the best you know.